Good morning, everyone. Happy fall. It is a beautiful September morning. Very still. A little bit of a breeze in the air. I think it's going to be about 70 degrees today. Sunny skies. Just gorgeous. And I thought it was the perfect time to do a September garden tour. Things in the garden have been changing. And I'd love to share it with you. This is my celebration maple tree. Not a whole lot of change going on there other than it's gotten really tall. But I know the leaves are going to start changing probably in the next couple of weeks. This is just the bed by my utility box that has some sea green junipers and a spirea, magic carpet, and I have a couple of tall grasses here, very upright grasses. I love how they move in the wind. Another shot of my celebration maple right in the front yard. I love it. I'm going to take you over to the mailbox and show you how my stonecrops have been doing. You can see the color on this little blue stem, blue paradise, little blue stem grass. It's a very tiny grass, but oh, it's gorgeous. You can see how the sun is hitting the grass and just bringing out the red color. And this sedum here is starting to color up nicely. I don't know the name of this one, but it starts out like a light green. And then really deepens up to this beautiful red color. This sedum is called Lime Zinger. And this is called Sun Dazzler. And I just planted this one over here. I was at a local garden center and saw these sedum. There was two of them actually. I planted another one out in a different location. I saw these and they were only $2 on clearance, and they were looking pretty rough. So I took both pots because I thought I could nurse them back to health, and I got up to the register, and the gentleman, I think he was the owner, he said, just take them, they're looking pretty rough. And so he didn't charge me anything. So it is a sedum, and okay, so this is stonecrop conga line, it's called. It's a perennial sedum. And let's see what I can tell you about it. Stunning color transformation in both foliage and flowers. Green and purple summer foliage shifts to burgundy as plant blooms in shades of peach, coral, and cream. Sturdy plants remain neat and upright all season, attracts butterflies and other pollinators. Blooms late summer to fall, plant in full sun, and it grows 16 to 20 inches high. And I think it gets about 16 inches wide. So I have one here, and I also planted one up in my south garden bed. So all my sedums are doing pretty well, and I just love how the sunlight hits them and illuminates their color. I'm going to walk up to my front porch. Just kind of show you how it's looking right now. My junior walker catmint. I really still can't get over how beautifully it comes back after you prune it. It just, I can smell it from here actually. It really looks gorgeous. And it's next to kind of an unruly looking Stello de Oro daylily. Not too sure how I've been feeling about these lately. I've been recognizing that they don't really look good past their bloom time in the spring. So sometimes when you have them front and center, which is what, the three of them I have in front here are front and center in my front yard here, that it might not be the best choice, but that's just where we are at right now. And I don't think they're totally ugly, but they're past their prime. So moving along, my golden globe arborvitaes. I really love these. Not a whole lot of maintenance, and the fact that they're evergreen is wonderful. I've got this cute little pumpkin stack here that I got from a local nursery, and they are real pumpkins. This is not fake. I don't know how they make these pumpkins, or if it's a certain variety. I don't know what they're called. I want to say they're called like fairy tale pumpkins or Cinderella pumpkins, something like that, but they have that look to them. So I just have those stacked up here. Just give you a little view of my front here. My dwarf jack pear tree, looking beautiful. And I'm coming up to my magic carpet spirea that has shifted and changed its color for the season. You can see that for the most part it's bloomed out. I do see a couple little pink flowers still there, but the real beauty is in the leaf, I think, and how the leaf is shifting and changing. With these cool nights, you can see the shift from the green. You can see reds, and peaches, and almost like a pink on the leaf start to emerge for its fall color. And I've got my Hickshues back there. You can see that the new growth is peeping up. They're saying, hello, we're growing. And you can also see nestled and tucked in here some of the red berries that form. And also on my dwarf pear tree, which this is an ornamental pear, you can see the little ornamental pears there. So I kind of transitioned this to fall, and I kept my fireworks grass in the center, and I've kept the English ivy on either side. And if you really take a close look at the English ivy, look at that beautiful color that it's transitioned to. That burgundy red. Oh my goodness. It's mainly like green in the summertime, and just the way it changes with the cool weather. Oh, it's, I think, just delightful. And next to that I have pansies, some orange and purple pansies. And right next to that I planted Gigi Snow, a little Gigi Snow mum. On the other side, we've got some light and dark purple pansies with the Gigi Snow mum and the beautiful English ivy that's kind of trailing into this dwarf Alberta spruce, which I don't mind that at all. I think that looks really pretty tucked in there. And speaking of trailing, I also have the Emerald Gaiety Euonymus that is a trailing euonymus, and you can see how it's kind of starting to take over this space. And I think when we purchased these euonymus, I don't think we recognized that it was trailing. We kind of missed that into the description, but I think it's beautiful. I really do. I don't know that I want this here forever, because it is a lot of maintenance once you have to cut everything down, but the way it sweeps up into this dwarf Alberta spruce, I just think that's really nice and beautiful. And the same thing just along the back wall here, how it sweeps up along the back stone wall. I've got to watch my step here because I fell. If you watched my video on dividing my garden mums, I fell in my yard last week, and I said I didn't get hurt, but I did actually sprain my ankle, so I've been kind of recovering from a sprained ankle. Again, you can see here how it's moved up into this spruce, and it's moved up and is peeking out. And I'm just walking towards my front porch. I'll give you a shot as to how I styled it this year. I like how it turned out. I have a little shelf back there too. I kept this Super Beaner raspberry that I had from my niece Emily because, I don't know, it just kept blooming a little by little, slowly fading away, but it also turned to this beautiful burgundy color. which I've enjoyed. And next to the Super Bina raspberry, I have my lemon coral sedum. Tried and true, this plant. I love how it just gives you this chartreuse green color non-stop. It's just wonderful in the summer and in through to the fall. So this is sort of a mainstay in my garden. I definitely will put this somewhere every year. I love it. This is a Angelonia, an Archangel Raspberry Angelonia. First time with this plant, and so far it's beautiful. It blooms in the summer and in through the fall. And right next to that, I have another mum, that creamy white color. Those little ones were called Gigi Snow, so these kind of look like the same color. So I'll just say this is a Gigi Snow mum. Really beautiful color. Part of what I received what I ordered from my niece for her volleyball fundraiser. And that was from my niece, Sarah, supporting her volleyball efforts. And then this was a Gerber daisy that I just clipped off the spent bloom. I clipped it off a few times this summer, and it did sprout up again and give me another bloom. So I'm not sure if it'll give me one more, but I'm holding out some hope there. I just have it with a vinca vine, and I will show you a picture of what it looked like when it was blooming. It was a beautiful hot pink Gerber daisy from my goddaughter Samantha that I love. And I did the same thing on this side here. Lemon coral sedum with the Angelonia, Archangel raspberry, and the Gigi Snow creamy white mum. I love that color. And in these pots here, I have what's called the Jade Princess Millet. And kind of looks like corn stalks. And this is my first year with this. I saw it in the nursery, and it just looked very interesting to me. I think as the little fuzzy plumes or stalks, whatever you want to call them, come up, they start off like a creamy color, and then if you can see on the tip here, they get like a purple color, and I think they'll start to get purple all the way down. And I just have a little pumpkin tucked underneath that, and I just really loved it. If you look at this other one here on the other side, this one's a little bit further along up top. Kind of zoom in on that. That's just so interesting. And just a little pumpkin tucked underneath there too. And these plant stands, I have the same on either side. I got from Amazon, and I can try to link them down below if anyone is interested in these plant stands. I had them inside in my kitchen, and I just brought them out for the fall season. And I also have been loving, I purchased this shelf from Amazon. I believe it was just like a garden shelf, and again, I will try and find that order, and I'll link it down below if anyone is interested. I put this out here in June, and I really haven't styled it yet, and so I was excited to just start putting a few things up to kind of style it. It's sturdy, it's meant for the outdoors, pretty easy to put together. I put it together myself, and I really, really love it. So let me just zoom in here. This is actually one of my house plants. This is, oh gosh, I'm going to forget the name. I think it's called a Raven ZZ. It was from Wegmans. It's gorgeous. It's been inside, and I just have had it outside for the summer because it just seemed happier. Like it was sort of telling me I want to go outside. So I'm hoping that it doesn't catch any bug or anything out here. I'm going to bring it inside pretty soon because the nights are getting cooler. But it's a really dark leaf, and then occasionally it'll have like a new shoot sprout up, and you can see like the new shoots are a green color. So it'll shoot up the green color and then it shifts to the dark shade. I'm just looking at the leaf to make sure there's no like spider mites or anything on there. They look pretty good, just a little dusty, I think. So, and here I've got some garden friends. This little fox, oh my gosh, I couldn't even resist this. Couldn't even resist it. He's just sitting with his little nut, what is that, a chestnut? Walnut? Anyways, he just sort of hangs out. You can kind of style his little legs, they dangle. And there's been a fox in our neighborhood since the springtime, really. The same fox roams through the park and roams through our neighborhood actually during the day and at night, and I guess this is an ode to him. I don't know. I'm just being silly. Anyways, I also have this cute little bird. Under his wings you will find refuge, it says, and I feel like the bird is kind of becoming friends with the fox there. Okay, enough silliness. I just have a couple of pumpkins here. This was a peperomia that I had as an indoor plant, and it did not do well. It did well for quite a while. I'm not sure. I may have overwatered it. I don't know. But I had brought it out here for a while. Then I finally just pulled it out because it wasn't doing well. So I do love this little planter though. So I'll be putting something there soon. And then I just have some Indian corn with some pumpkins. And that's my shelf that I styled here. I love it. And this is just the wreath I have on my front door. I've had it for many, many years. Actually, my mother-in-law got this as a gift for me. Oh gosh, I mean a long time ago, maybe like over 10 years ago. And I had it always on my front door at our old house. And when we moved here, we've been here almost 10 years. I just kept putting it out on our front door every fall. So I have that. And I also left up on my front patio, I changed out my pillows to our fall pillows. And I left up this beautiful arrangement. I think I mentioned to you this was my favorite arrangement. I still love it so much, and it's doing really well. I gave it a huge haircut maybe about a month ago, and it really is looking gorgeous. I'll give you a closer look. Up top here I have an Empress Wuhasta, and it's just combined with Goldilocks Creeping Jenny and Dichondra Silver Falls. I just think it's a beautiful combination of greens. And you can see the fall is starting to hit on the Goldilocks. If you look closely, you can see the rims. Some of them are starting to brown up, but some of them are just showing a little bit of a red hue too. This one you can see. I'll be sad to see this one go. And of course I'm going to keep the Empress Wu because it's a perennial. I'm trying to find out or think about a spot for it. I may keep it in the pot this year and just do something similar next year because I loved it so much. Okay. And we'll just walk down my front steps. Take a quick look at the front bed here. My creeping juniper. This has really grown. I was trying to avoid cutting it, but I think we may have to cut it. I did cut it a little bit. You can see kind of right here. But it really has grown so much, and it's starting to carry over here. It's really beautiful. My Golden Globe arborvitaes, I have 2 in this front bed. And the Emerald Gaiety euonymus trailing is starting to trail. 3 of them here. And I just wanted to give you an update on my sedums in the front here. I had planted out, these are called flaming carpet. The chartreuse color is, I believe it's Angelina. And then the red is called Voodoo, and then there's blue spruce all combined into one. And I still love how these are looking. I think they're going to be beautiful in years to come as well. They just need to get adjusted, but you can start to see that electric color starting to come out, especially with the Angelina. I had another one here. This one's not looking as good, called Sigmund Theobaldi. And if you saw the picture of when I first planted it, oh, it was gorgeous. And then this one just kind of fell apart. I don't know. There a couple of branches came off of it. I don't know if someone stepped on it up by accident and didn't tell me. But I dug this one up and kind of replanted it. And we will see how it does next year. Hopefully it will bounce back for me because it really is a beautiful sedum too. Just another shot here, and I have recognized that this boxwood is dead. I know that it has, this is all crispy and crunchy and it's spreading. So I do know that it's dead. However, I still think it's pretty. But I am going to switch that out eventually. I'll see. I'm not in a rush, but I do know that I have to address that. I won't plant boxwood up in a planter outside again because I just don't think that they can tolerate that. So we'll see what I do with those. But the other one is looking a little bit better here. This one gets a little more sun. And I think they're both green velvet, although they do look quite different. I'm thinking this one might be a green velvet and the other one a green mountain. I can't quite remember, to be honest, but this one doesn't look too bad. So those are the boxwoods. And I'm just going to bring you down here. I'm running out of battery, so we're going to do a part 1 and a part 2 to this September garden tour. Plus, I feel like sometimes it takes me forever to just get through one garden bed. So this is the bed on the south side of my driveway. What I love about this bed is when the sun, look at how the sun hits the grasses. Oh my goodness. It just illuminates everything. The color is amazing. There's my dog, Lucy. And it's just gorgeous. My Colorado blue spruce. I noticed that I talked about trimming these up, and I would like to. I did notice that once the warm weather, the hot weather, started to give way to cooler days, the bottoms of the tree looked better. They just looked a little livelier. This tree is getting so tall. Woo. And the geranium Roseanne keeps pushing out new growth. My Wine and Roses Weigela is looking much better. And something that I learned, you know, sometimes you garden and you just kind of go about your business and you don't look into things. Sometimes you just think you know how to do it. So I had been pruning my Wine and Roses Weigela pretty harshly every fall. And it would still bloom for me in the spring, but this past year, boy, I felt like it almost looked dead. And I think I was watching, there's so many wonderful garden channels, and I was watching Backyard Blooms with Kim, and she had mentioned not to prune your Wine and Roses Weigela, that it blooms on old wood. So I thought, okay, so I looked it up, and I'm definitely not going to prune this Weigela. I'm going to let it grow and get bigger, and hopefully it'll come back in the springtime and have a nice flush of blooms and look healthier than it did this year. So thank you, Kim, for that tip. And, you know, sometimes it's just about like, just, you know, you hear something and then you realize you've been doing something the wrong way. And it's not that I had been taught, oh, you need to prune your Weigela. I just was doing it. I was pruning all these grasses, and I was cutting back my geraniums at some point, and I just started hacking away at the Weigela too. So I know to be a little more gentler with that this year. And I think I'll have a better result next year. You can see a little bumblebee. Do you see the little bumblebee enjoying the geranium? Oh, just flew by to say hello. And I also noticed how this geranium is kind of tucked. See how it kind of trailed back in there? Trailed back into underneath the Colorado spruce. That's magical. My Shenandoah grass, illuminated by the sun and looking gorgeous. The Shenandoah switchblade grass, really pretty. And then behind that I have the Maiden Light Miscanthus. And I have to show you, I have to come around the other side. It's been taken over by another grass. Hold on, I'll show you. I'm not sure what kind of grass this is, but I love it. And this whole grass here used to be a Maiden Light Miscanthus. And there must have been a little seed of some other type of grass there. And this is what comes up now every year. And you can see how it's starting to take over the morning light. I know I need to get in here and straighten this out somehow, at least separate these two. But the plumes that come up, I just love it. I love them. It's starting to start, you know, over here too. So I'm aware of it. If anybody knows the name of this grass, I don't know if it's a type of Hamlin grass just by the way it looks, but the plumes are like darker colored that come up. And like I said, there's another one starting right there. And then this is the Morning Light Miscanthus. I definitely can separate these grasses. Sometimes it's just a matter of time. You're busy and you can't get to things, but I was proud of myself that I was able to weed this bed and get rid of a lot of the crabgrass that had invaded the the ornamental grasses and the surrounding shrubs. Lucy. I just want to thank everyone for joining me today for my September garden tour in the front yard. I'm going to do the backyard in a separate video because sometimes I feel when I make a super long video and I try to upload it, I start to have issues. So I'm going to just separate the two, and I hope to get the other one up soon. I'm going to be going away for a few days, going to Las Vegas with some family, with my sisters and my cousins and my aunts to celebrate my cousin's 50th birthday and my aunt's 70th birthday. And I'm super excited about that. We're going to see Lady Gaga. Anyway, thank you for joining me and for taking time, spending time with me in my pretty little garden. I hope you are all having a fantastic day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.